Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're going to have a look at Aiushtha at 8 stars. So what do we get for 8 stars? Well, firstly we get an increase in damage to ultimate attack. The next thing we do is unlock the Striker's Synergy for her. We also get a upgrade to her first passive. And we get her Oath Force as well unlocked. So let's explore all of that before we take her into some gameplay. Yeah, I think the Striker Synergy is going to be quite good, actually, on the Dooms team. But really, you want to pair her alongside Arthur. So Arthur is one of the known strikers, the only one of two, or technically one of three. So technically you can have a 5-striker team, 5 Doom strikers with Stannard. But you do have Doris, who is notably not a deviant, and you do have Arthur, who notably powers up Celestials as part of his Oath Force. So the stat increase of the Celestials is increased by 100%. This is only in PvP, which is a bit of a... It is what it is, but it's just... He is designed around the Celestial Synergy, and to be honest, she's not a Celestial. 100% she's not a Celestial. So that's one of my concerns with this unit in particular. However, that being said, she is exceptionally powerful as a Doom. So firstly, we do get up to 608 magic damage to backline enemies with 50% chance to apply Confuse. The next bit of the passive that we get is the Heart Demon. That's it. Couldn't figure it out. I thought it was Heart Bomb last time, but only Heart Demon. So now I know for future. So at the start of battle, Sovereign Aiushtha applies 1 Heart Demon to 1 random enemy. When any other unit on the battlefield takes damage, Heart Demon deals 40% of that damage to the affected enemy, up to 25% of the target's max HP until they die. Then Heart Demon transfers to another random enemy. So, this is a really effective tool. I've seen it in PvE and also in PvP. It is very, very strong. The fact that whenever any unit on the battlefield takes damage, it deals 40% of the damage to the affected enemy. It does not detract from the Heart Demon, and also something to note, it does play into a second passive as well, so you lose this, you consume 20% of your HP, and I believe that also it goes towards the Heart Demon. So the higher your HP pool, the better off you'll be. And then finally we unlock the Oath Force 1. Is that a... I don't know what that is. Looks like... I was going to say a cherry. But it doesn't look like it. Yeah, who knows. But when Sovereign Aiushtha takes damage, she permanently gains attack. When dealing damage, she permanently gains max HP. Both conversion rates are 50%. In PvP and GVG modes, the lower Sovereign Aiushtha's HP, the higher her leech rate, up to an increase of 100%. So I believe it will go off percentage base. So if she's lost 20% of her HP, then her leech rate will be 20% higher, etc., etc. I think the last part of this passive is okay. I think the first part is actually very good because she's got to build up over the course of the battle. But let's test that out. So we are still 1 off, as you can see, current star level 8 of 9 to unlock this EX slot. So we cannot go ahead and unlock this in full just yet. So each team... so we get an increase of 3% for attack. We also get 50% chance to restore HP equal to 30%. We get the increase of 500% and 200% defense. We need her at 9 stars for that, so we will go ahead and get her up to 9 stars over the course of the next couple of days, I suspect. So we will jump into Lost City, and we will jump all the way down to 400, where we were before. There we go, so 400, let's jump in, and let's just see how well she does. So we'll take her into this team first. This is with Arthur, Doris, and Sovereign Aiushtha as our strikers now on this team. See if that striker synergy makes a difference, and we will see just how effective the increase to attack is as well, or the increase to her coefficient is as well. Yeah, I'm quite interested to see now, because previously it was actually quite effective. So the Heart Bomb has been given to Boji, I'm going to say. Yes. So the Heart Demon has been given to Boji, so anytime any of these other enemies take damage, they will also damage Boji. And as you can see, doing fair amounts of damage. It's now up to 40% of the damage taken. So let's see whether or not this Karmic Fire does the business. So as you can see, we're nearly dead, of course, but we are reflecting all this damage back. And once we do reflect the damage back, we're also reflecting attacks back, and we also reflect 40% of the damage back to one random enemy. Interesting. So I don't know if she goes on a team with Behemoth, because you want Aiushtha to take a fair chunk of damage, but she's not going to be able to do that with Behemoth on the team, so just something to keep in mind. Right, so Boji's taking all this damage, and that is the triple ultimate. I'm still very impressed with that passive skill, actually. So we do get the double here. That is with thanks to the Soulbinding Lance. And then the triple is thanks to Aiushtha's passive. So her 7-star passive getting into work there. Boji still taking all of this damage with thanks to the Heart Demon that's attached. And we get the triple here as well. Interesting. And do we get the triple from Doris? And does it apply triple reflect rate increase? Yes. It would do if that were possible, but it doesn't look like it's possible. But it looks like if any of our back row are touched, we're going to do a ton of damage. A ton of damage. It looks like the little knight that could, unfortunately, could not. So who is it moved to this time? It looks like it's moved to Lily and Leah, and that's just taken a chunk off them. That is amazing. That is actually quite good. I'm very much enjoying that. Very interesting. So it's now on Stannard. And the triple there, and the loss of 20% HP doesn't seem to have affected the team altogether too much. It seems we're still doing reasonable amounts of damage. It's just we're doing 40% more damage now, technically, with every single attack, and we're doing triple ultimates. So let's jump into the next team. Let's jump into this one, and let's jump into battle. Again, we've taken Doris out, so the reflect mechanic is not as key, but we do have Dahlia here to switch with Aiushtha to increase her attack and HP as well. And it looks like that Franz has the heart bomb on him at the moment. But enemies aren't taking damage. Okay, so this won't work while enemies have shields, and it won't work while I suspect while enemies have holy shields as well. But we'll see. Would be very interesting if it did also do holy shield damage. But we'll see. So we get all of this karmic fire off. And we apply all this burn to the enemies. Franz still taking reasonable chunks of damage here. That's a triple ult. Can we get a triple from Dahlia? Maybe. Ooh. Yeah, we can. That does pop up quite frequently, actually. The level 7 passive. More than it should, I think. I've been wrong before, but I'm pretty certain it is popping up more than it should. So we get Aiushtha. So we got the triple for Arthur, and we got a double for Aiushtha. Do we get the triple? We do. So maybe it's got something to do with the Soulbinding Lance, because the Soulbinding Lance, does that give additional chances to proc? So on your first ultimate, you'll have 20% chance to proc, and then on your second ultimate, you have 20% chance to proc. I think so, to be honest. Very interesting. There's the triple. And again. So it must do. It must do, because we've hit just about every single time here. Oh, and it's on a loon this time. It's quite funny seeing it jump about. Yeah, I'm quite enjoying this. It seems reasonable actually. It doesn't seem like, oh, I'm blown away, like absolutely out of my mind. It just seems like it seems relatively fair, actually, fair and balanced. Not had too long to test with it, to be honest. Just a couple of fights here and there, but from what I've seen of it, it seems very fair and very balanced, actually. It seems to work in PvE, and as well, it seems to work in PvP. Now, she's not doing altogether too much, but you wouldn't expect it to do that much. Behemoth do the most, of course, of course. But yeah, I think very reasonable, actually. So let's take her into some PvE. Okay, so now we've got our 3 strikers, our 2 monarchs on the front. Let's go ahead and see just how effective she is in this team. Yeah, we'll see. So Mulan has the Heart Demon applied to her. I wonder how this will affect Mystifiers. So if you pop her in a Mystifiers team, what's going to happen? There's no room in that Mystifiers team, just FYI. No room in that Mystifiers team at all. But, I mean, not bad, we'll take that. And now all of our Holy Shields been popped. That's not actually a bad thing. We're looking for as much... oh, Mulan. We haven't laid an attack yet. Okay. So let's try going up against a different team. Bear with me. Okay, so we're up against a stronger team. Still very reasonable team, but a bit of a stronger team here. And let's just see. So it is Eudora who has the heart bomb. Of course. We do want to take Eudora out as quickly as possible. We have had both of our back 2 units, so Doris and Aiushtha, of course, the star of the show, bound, as is always the case. It doesn't mean their effects go away, so enemies will still take damage based on reflect damage, even though yeah, even though Doris has gone down, and Karnak just goes straight down as well, and and Elwyn goes straight down as well. It's just these holy shields, it seems. Flipping heck. So we've moved over, and now, yeah, I guess so. All right, interesting. Well, that was over very, very quickly. I've not seen that type of Mystifiers damage in quite some time. Mainly because I've not really had a reason to run them. Okay, let's go up against Gendor. So Gendor's got 8,000 million power. Relatively close to mine. We did just go up against ZU, who has 14 billion power. So let's go up against Gendor, who has a different team here. Yep, so going up against fellow Reflect, or fellow Dooms team. So we'll see who is the superior Dooms team. So enemy Aiushtha does have the, what do you call it? Heart Demon. I'm going to have to get used to saying that. So enemy Aiushtha has the Heart Demon. We do get our Lance to proc. We pop those Holy Shields as well. Unfortunately, well, it's actually just Leviathan who's been silenced, so that's fine. We do get a triple basic, though. So, oh, Sanctuary's just been procced once again. That Aiushtha is going right down. And Sanctuary gets procced once again. Of course, a great team to go up against, or at least specifically a great unit to go up against. But yeah, so taking all of that damage has just taken Aiushtha out. Okay, and then Doris and Reflect. Yeah, because the enemy's faster than us. interesting. So they just seem to be a bit untouchable at the moment. We get the double here. And the Heart Demon is reapplied. That is nice, actually. So not only, so we did find that out eventually. So what happens is Dali went down. Lamia came back when she really shouldn't have come back. But it's like the Phantom Synergy, or it's like the Avengers Synergy. When we go up against those units, the Heart Demon, even if there's no targets, will populate on somebody. I suspect so long as Aiushtha is around. I'll pick you up. Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, so it seems though she's very, very good in PvP and as well in PvE. Works in Mistfire teams. Works against Mistfire teams very well. Works against Doom's teams, opposing Doom's teams very well. Works against just about everybody really. Yeah, it's very nice. I'm very much enjoying that. I'm very much enjoying that. I don't think it's overpowered. I don't think it's broken. So the what I mean by the abilities that are broken. So Leviathan, this passive right here, is pretty broken. If I'm honest. The where is he? Where is she? Where is she? Pandora. This passive right here. Cast a skill. The coefficient increase. Spell it up. Cast her own basic skill. It's not you. It is you. When an enemy casts a kill, blah, 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 each time an enemy casts a skill, this skill right here is broken. Aphrodite. This skill right here, whenever a unit on the battlefield dies or an allied summon appears, Aphrodite will use her ultimate. So, I'm just saying, there are certain skills in the game that are completely broken and busted. But I don't think Aiushtha is one of them. I think she's actually very balanced. I think she's a very balanced unit indeed. And I think she's going to be a great addition to a lot of teams moving forward, a lot of Doom's teams moving forward. I don't think she's necessarily going to break the game. I don't think she's going to get you through any specific type of content. But I do think she's very good. I don't think she's not going to break the game. But, I mean, she's not bad at all. I would probably say a good 8 out of 10. Not 10 out of 10. I think Bastet's around 8 out of 10. I think Aiushtha is 8 out of 10. On release, I would say Leviathan, 8 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I would say on release, where's she got to? Nobody there is a 10. Yeah, on release, Eudora, 10. Eudora's broken. On release, Tsukiyomi, I think, is broken. On release, I think Odin, absolutely broken. But as far as I can see, yeah, it's like Aphrodite, broken. Yeah, as far as I can see, she is not. She is very, very good. Really strong and does a lot of incremental damage. And it's more death by 1,000 cuts than just straight up raw power. But the death by 1,000 cuts seems to have paid off in all of the matches that we've gone into so far. So I don't know. I'm very much enjoying her. We'll do some more testing at 9 stars. And I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks very much for watching.